it's Kathy from Always in Stitches again. I am here because we've had a huge surge on people buying machines and also cabinets, and I wanted to let the rest of you know that we're here. We have a dedicated sewing machine department, a dedicated service department, and we just want to let you know what our services entail. We are a Janome dealer, and we're also a handy quilter dealer. And we have machines, we just got a new one in, I can't wait to show it to you. A little travel one that's really cute. It's cheaper than any of the other machines we've had, and I sewed on it and it sews beautifully. We also have a new one that came in, they just came out with, and it could be for travel or just your home. It does smaller embroidery projects and also sewing. So we have all different ranges in our sewing department of the sewing machines, from little to big. So whatever your need is, we can help you. We encourage you to come in and play on the sewing machines. We love to be able to help. If you buy a sewing machine from us, one of the neatest perks is that you have 6 months to trade up. None of us work on commission. We never try to push you into a machine. In fact, I'd rather have a machine that you're comfortable with. And then you say, oh, you know what? I would have liked that one with the bigger throat space. And if you do it before it hits the 6-month period of having it, you can trade up, get all your money back for that machine, and we get you the machine of your dreams. Along with that, if you've already gotten your lesson on your first machine, you'll get a new one on the next new machine. We also offer, if it's $1,000 or more on a machine that you've spent, you get 3 years of free service on that machine. And you can bring it in, we give you a little card, and they check it off each year that you bring it back to get serviced and cleaned. We also have, if you bought a machine from us, you get 20% off after the free ones. You also get 20% off of all the Janome products, anything that has the Janome name. So if you wanted an extension table, I can show you those study tables are Janome. If you want a Janome bag, anything that has the Janome name, you get 20% off for life. That includes our bobbins. We have a huge array of bobbins and extra feet and needles, and they're not more expensive than any other brand. You just get 20% off because you bought your machine here. And then while you have that camera, Peter, come over here. I want to show them the new travel bait that we just got. We did not have this one before, and I fell in love with it. I don't have a small machine, and that would be perfect to be able to I have my huge machine out in the living room, and it kind of takes up way too much room, but this would be perfect just to be able to tote it out there real quick. We also have the Memory Craft 1000. It is embroidery and sewing. So if you wanted to take one of these on a quilt retreat, that would be perfect. You could do your labels with your embroidery section. You can do sewing. It's all in one. So we have both of those. And again, we encourage you to come in. We have a mechanical one. As Peter's showing you, we have a lot of these missing. We have had a huge influx of people buying machines this past couple months. We usually have 2 different kinds of sergers. One is the air threader. We can't keep that on the shelf. We also have my favorite travel machine and machine, not just for travel, the 4120, the 2030, and then we also have a mechanical one, but it's missing, so you can't see it, but it's the HD 3000. So that is, those are the machines that we have. We also sell arrow and kangaroo furniture. Now, if you look around, there's not any in here because we sold all the floor models.
They cleaned us out.
They did clean us out, and we're waiting on the shipment. One cool thing about I had a lady, it was funny, that she came in to buy a sewing machine, and she had to hurry because she had to go buy furniture for her new sewing machine. And I said, we sell furniture? And she goes, you do? But sometimes it's hard to understand that or even see it because our machines are on top of it. So we do sell kangaroo and arrow. We're a premier dealer, which is really cool because it can get assembled and delivered to your house. Wherever your space is, there'll be 2 FedEx guys that bring it and put it down. It comes on a pallet already assembled, and they put it down where you asked them to, and then they take all the trash away. And that's called the Premier Dealership
White glove.
White glove service. Sorry, I couldn't even think of it. We pay half, and Arrow pays half, and you get your machine taken. It's not a machine. It is a piece of furniture, and you get it taken to your house and put where you need it. With that being said, if it's on sale, you can pay the half if you want to, if you still want it assembled, or you can get ready to ship, which means it comes in boxes and it's not very expensive at all to get delivered. But if you buy it at the regular price, when they're not on sale, then we are paying that for you. Also, I talked about the handy quilters. Well, we had a Moxie XL, which is bigger than the Moxie. It was sitting right here. We sold that. We have an Amara in the back. But we sell handy quilter machines, and one really cool thing is you get a free lesson from us on your machine. If you buy the computer part, you would want a separate lesson on how to use the computer. And the cool news is, I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but Handy Quilter is coming to our store again. They're going to set up shop next door at our next door event center, and they're going to have a series of classes starting March 26th. And they go through Saturday. So they go from March 26th all the way through that Saturday. They're on our website. I had to click classes, and then I scroll down to the bottom to find them. And they have the class description on there, who the teacher is. But if you have any questions, you can sign up right there on the website, or you can call the store and get you signed up. It's so worth it. If you've never bought a long arm, you just want to see if it would be something you like to do, that's a good time to come in. We also have event pricing during that time. So if you thought, oh gosh, I really want one, it is in March. They'll have the event pricing, which is lower than the regular price. So that's a great time to buy. And it's also a great idea to come and try it out. Another thing we have in our machines department is we have a girl that is dedicated to the long arm room to teach classes. You could come and bring your quilt top, your quilt batting, and your backing, and she will be in the room with you to help you load it. And she'll be in the room just the whole time you're in there. And it's a great service, and you can go to our website and sign up there too, but you can finish your own quilt. You can bring it to the store and finish your own quilt. And it's such a great feeling to know that you not only pieced it, but you quilted it. It also helps you decide, I don't like quilting, I like piecing. So you can make a decision easily if you've hands-on done it. Peter, can you think of anything else that we didn't talk about in the sewing machine department?
Yeah, so
With our service,
what was your first machine that you bought from
I bought
Always
the
in Stitches?
4120, and it's over here. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't sew when I started at Always in Stitches. I took it upon myself. I wanted to learn everything I could so I could help, and that's been my purpose, is to be able to help people. But I couldn't help people until first of all, I had to buy a sewing machine. Second of all, I had to learn about the sewing machines because I saw a huge need. People just need help. Some of them bring a different brand in and they just can't get it threaded right. But there's a huge need out there. So I thought if I can learn everything I could try to possibly learn, I could be a help. That is like my purpose. So the 4120, back to your question, was my very first machine. And I bought the 4 model and I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And I was also a little pressured because everybody was doing store samples. I think Peter showed you a few of them. And these are all done by us. Well, not me at the time because I didn't know how to sew. So I just worked really hard at perfecting so that I could make the wall. I call it making the wall because I could not sew before, and now I'm a quilter. I love it. I've since upgraded for my 4120, which I didn't think I'd ever have to do. But when I started working in this department, I went over to the next size up, and at first when I started working in the department, I'm like, why would anyone pay for this feature or this feature? And I just thought it was nonsense. But then after I started working with the machines and learning about them, I couldn't handle it. I had to trade up. So I traded up, and I bought Stephanie, my sewing manager's Skyline 7. And oh my, I can't even tell you how.
And is that one that we have over there, or is that
it's
one we
supposed to
can't
be.
keep in stock?
We can't keep in stock. We sold 2 in the same week. We usually have backups, and we don't. I mean, we really are selling them pretty fast. With the Skyline 7, I didn't ever have my own brand new. I bought a used one, and I'd had the floor model of the 4120, so I got to upgrade to a brand new Skyline 7, and it was so cool. But then I went to an M7. We have the M8. Over here, I'll show you the M8. The M7 was the precursor to the M8. They came out with the M8. I think the M7 was out just about 3 years, and then they had to discontinue it, and they came out with the M8. The M8 is the exact same, except for they've added a component in the back to have free motion quilting stitch regulation. And so I was mad. I'm like, I don't want to sell the M8. I was mad that they did this. I'm like, I love my M7. I could sell that M7 with my eyes closed. Ask these guys over here. If it was the M7, if they were in that price range, I'm like, you're going to want this. Don't let me even show you this machine unless you have it in your budget. So I hadn't gotten that with the M8. I'm like, I'm mad. So I started playing with stitch regulator because I thought, I'll never do free motion quilting because I use the long arms here. I get to use them for free. Wouldn't you do that too?
Yeah.
Well, I played on the M8 and I started doing free motion quilting and what I called thread painting. And I'll have to show it to you sometime, but I was thread painting and that stitch regulator was going and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But then I thought, well, I'll just try it on my M7 without the stitch regulator. Nope, it did not work. So now in my head, I have the M8. So I know how it feels when when you want a machine, you can't get it out of your head. But anyway, come in and play on our machines and try one. Don't try one that's out of your budget, or I'll get you excited about it and then you want to buy it. But if it's in your budget, come on in. If you're not really sure what you want to do with your sewing, don't go big. Start off small. We have the trade-up, 6-month trade-up policy, and we can help you decide what one is best for you. And we service them here in-house. We have 2 certified Janome techs that work here in the store, and they will service your machine. Even if you didn't buy it here, absolutely, you can, any model, unless they have broken parts, because we can only order parts for Elna and Janome. But we can service any other kind of machine, so just bring it in. I think that's all.
Well, I got a question.
Oh, what's your question, Peter?
So, going back to when you said when you started here, you didn't know how to sew.
Yeah.
What kept you going? Like, how did you get as good as you are? Because if you go to our Facebook page, I posted the blocks of your birds, and those are very complex pieced blocks. How did you grow your skill from not knowing how to sew to now doing those really intricate piece blocks?
A couple different things. We have classes here at the store. I took my very first class here in the store. I was so intimidated. I'm like, I don't know how to sew. I hadn't sewn since 8th grade and didn't ever sew since then. And I thought, I'll take a class so I can learn, because I want to learn and help. So I took a class, and it was a twisted 9-patch. And I took the class. I was petrified that my machine was going to come unthreaded and I was going to have to try to thread it in front of other people. First of all, our teachers are amazing. We have teachers that repeat. Kathy Zook's one of them. And I took a class from her, and she had advanced people and skilled people, and then me, the newbies. And then she helped along the way. And people that were more advanced, if I needed help, they helped me. But I learned, and then the seam ripper, I hated the seam ripper because she would tell me, you should rip that out. And then everything I did, I had to rip it out. But someone told me, if you just realize you're probably going to have to use that seam ripper every time you sew, you won't hate it. And now I don't. And that it's part of my process. I think what pushed me to do better and more intricate things was just working here with others that were so good. I always will go over to the girls and say, hey, I'm not sure how this works, or this. I didn't know how to read a pattern either. So it was like one of those things, what do they want me to do here? And they showed me. So through the classes and through the people who work here, people can come in and ask questions anytime. We love to help people. We also love to see your show and tells. We also want you to encourage you to, one other thing, Peter, I upgraded my machine, and that made a huge difference as well. I had a 7mm machine. There's nothing wrong. I thought I was going to always have one. But when I got to the edge, it only has 7mm of feed dogs. And when I traded up to a 9mm, which has more feed dogs. It has more pull. And as you get into it, you may not be into it, so you don't need to trade up. But if you start to get into it, the machines help you because they're easier as you pay. Now, you pay for ease and you pay for empty space. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's just about what happens. But anyway, come in and try them. We love to help. Do you have any other questions, Peter, that you can think of that they might have that I'm not answering?
If you guys have any questions, please put them down in the comments, and we can do another shop tour specifically of just our sewing machine department, because usually if you are seeing this video, we have probably 99% of our videos are what's new or techniques or how to, but we don't really have a dedicated sewing machine video. So if you want specifics, leave comments, and we'll see if we can't do another video in the future specific to that with the sewing machine department.
That sounds great.
Because there's, like you said, I mean, technology's changing. As technology changes, they're implementing a lot of these really cool functions into sewing machines. So a lot of people I've seen grow their skill, and now all of a sudden, they can do everything with the machine but just by seeing what you've been doing, you've been able to do quite a bit more as your skill improves, matching your skill level to the machine.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's an awesome journey, and I love, like I said, helping. Peter loves to help. I always have to send people to Peter. Everybody in here is so diverse. Well, I'm not diverse, but they are. They have a lot of different things they can do and show. And I think that's another reason I decided I wanted to learn as much as I could about the sewing machine department so that I could help others. I didn't have that skill like Peter can. He could his sweaters, he makes his sweaters, he makes shirts. Some of these girls spin, and Peter spins. I don't understand any of that. There are so many different qualified people in the store that can help. So come on in if you have a question. We have a whole yarn department. We've got cutting people that can help you with picking out fabric, helping you with how to read a pattern, and help you with the color choices. So
You may have said this, but how long have you worked here?
oh, I've worked here 9 years now.
9 years. Now, why have you stayed at Always in Stitches?
Oh my gosh. I was a teacher in my last life, and I would have done that for free. I loved it. In Always in Stitches, I was just going to be a clerk. I was just going to check people out, no big deal. And then I saw the need to come over to the sewing department and be able to learn and help and pass that on, and it became my purpose. And in the 9 years, I really tried to work hard at understanding the machines, how they work, so I could teach them to people who needed to be taught. Because at first, it's intimidating. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why did you stay here?
Oh, and I stay here because of the people.
Because of the people.
It's a family here, and if you go around and talk, you probably know a lot of them when you come in the store. There are people from out of this country that come in and they know us from our videos, but they are family and they treat us like family. They are the people who are above us. I couldn't work for a better spot, and we always get to go to work. We don't have to go to work; we get to, and it's a lot of fun. Otherwise, I would have stayed working 15 hours a week. When I was hired, that's all I worked. But anyway, it's just a great place to work. Come on in and talk to us.
And how can people get in touch with you?
Oh, Always in Stitches, one.com. That's our website. Or you can just call the store. Call 317-776-4227 and call the store and ask for Kathy in the sewing department or whatever department you need. Just call. We have an online store as well. So come on in and see us or shop us online.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.